Tomorrow, it should be like a nice... Shouldn't be sad, it should be just nice. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try and get... if I can get in the studio, I don't know how easy or not it is to book some time in studio here. But I like to put some best-of calls, because we got like a load of calls on tape that we thought were cute when they happened. So it's like a best of the year. You know, not the best of me, but the best of the people that have called in. Memories, what memories? Let's go down the lane together. And hopefully we'll get all the regulars on, and it will be marvellous.
Me love you long time.
Do you believe in bondage?
Do I believe in bondage?
Have you ever had it done to you?
No.
No. Well, yeah, I got him back the other night anyway.
Well, you know, I'd like to continue this conversation, but I'm a bit tied up at the moment.
Disgusting.
I'm a very heavily pregnant woman.
You're heavily pregnant?
And heavily depressed.
How did you become heavily pregnant, Alison?
Well...
Don't tell us, stop right there. Here's a mobile call in West London.
Yo, Nick.
How are you?
All right, you can call me a douchebag. Could you do that? Would that mean anything to you?
Yes, it would, yeah.
Yes. Well, he now knows who Nick Abbot is, our good friend Neil Rogers.
Well, I met the guy.
You've met him?
So let me just explain to the nice ladies and gentlemen who we're talking about. We're talking about the biggest talent... excuse me. The biggest talent on radio in the world. Forget Howard Stern... Forget, anybody else that you could possibly think of. Neil Rogers is, without doubt, the biggest radio talent in the world. He is the funniest, the most, with it, together, fast. He's the business. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, he works in Florida, in Miami, on a radio. If you're going to Miami, then do me a favour, tape him and send the tapes back, because I live to listen to this bloke. He's on WIOD, and that's on a medium wave, 610 AM WIOD. He's on from 10 till 2. It's a talk show. No, it doesn't play any records. He just moans and whines and complains basically about the management. And that's his whole show. It's like, sort of like a soap opera about him sort of getting it together and what a bunch of deadbeats and losers he works with.
Yeah, Nick.
So you called him up?
I called him up down in Miami, but they've just... He was also on the Sun Network, where they could hear him up in St. Pete's, Tampa and Clearwater.
Yeah.
And they've just dropped him. And
because of rudeness?
It didn't say, but as far as he was concerned, he was better off without those nose pickers anyway.
Yeah. Well, he used to be on... it's a simulcast, isn't it? He's on a station in Miami... And it's also, it used to be simulcast down in Key West, and they dropped him as well because he was just, he was just taking a mickey out of Key West all the time. Yeah, and he probably did the same. Well, in fact, I know he does. He does the same about the other stations. And so they dropped him. So they're the losers. Those are the ones that are going to lose a massive audience.
That's for sure.
But they just, some people, even in American radio, people are, in this country, people are very uptight about what you can and cannot say. But in America, it's a little bit looser. But even there, some people get a little bit upset. And if you're going to get upset, then Neil Rogers is the man to do it. See, this is a man who has the #1 show in Miami and has had forever. And the stuff that he, I'd say gets away with, it's not the right phrase to use, but the stuff that he says on the air would get you kicked off radio in this country after about 2 seconds.
Nick.
And he can do it because they have a thing called freedom of speech over there. Something that we, haven't heard of over here, but it could catch on, you just never know.
Nick?
Yeah?
One more thing. Dave Letterman is now doing his show from L.A.
I know that. So, you talked to Neil, and what happened? I mean, I know that nobody else is interested in this, but, I am. So, bear with me for just a moment. I'll be back and entertain you in just a second, okay? This is for me. So, what did you say?
Well, I had 45 seconds to go before the news at the end of his show.
Yeah.
So I just said... Neil, would you just mention Nick Abbot? So I said he's a guy in Britain who does a similar sort of show to yours. So he said, sure, butch it up, Nick. He said, no doubt he's probably tucking into his spotted dick as we talk. He also said, does he know the Queen?
Dick. Yeah, the Queen, yeah.
He said, does he know the Queen? And I said, well, he claims to. He says, yes, I bet he knows a few queens.
Yeah, well...
I agreed.
To use one of his old jokes, when the Queen finds out that she's not the only Queen in Buckingham Palace, she's going to be really upset. Right, thanks a lot, mate.
Okay.
Cheers. Newcastle.
Oh yeah, Nick.
How
About
are
the new gun law today that's been introduced for the police.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really taking a backward step now, aren't we? Because, I mean, what's going to happen is just going to turn into another American, another New York. I mean, the best thing to do is basically legalize drugs. In Los Angeles. But I know it's this country.
Wow, what a jump that was.
Yes. I mean, it's
Here's a man with a mission to explain.
All right.
Starting with arming the police, and 2 seconds later, we're legalizing drugs. Where are we going to be at the end of this call?
Pardon?
Never mind.
All right. Yeah, so anyway, well, the police are talking about the fact that they had to...
Why don't we legally arm drug dealers?
Hey, that'd be great.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great action.
Great step forward, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, the fact is, as the policeman I was saying today on the news, he was saying that, well, the reason that we're doing this is because we can now go in, one man with a gun against another man with a gun, instead of, like, the police being, like, defenseless.
Yes.
I mean,
and how does that grab you for a reason?
Pardon?
How does that grab you as a good reason? Good or not good?
It didn't.
It didn't grab you? So, in other words, you would be perfectly okay with going in. It's your job to go into a house where you knew there were people with machine guns.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you didn't know maybe one way or the other. You didn't have any backup, and you'd be okay just to going in with a nice smile on your face.
Oh, no, that's
it's okay that somebody else does it. Is that right?
I can understand the fact that they're doing this, but, I mean, wouldn't the better step be... Oh, that's Prince. Wouldn't the better step be to legalise drugs first, and then... which would avoid this problem.
Right. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do.
Ta-da, enjoy, Prince.
And we're off. Acton.
Hello, hi, Mr. Abbott.
Yes, sir, the Reverend Abbot, if you don't mind.
Right.
Although I'm not on their books yet. Did you hear that last night?
What's this?
Oh, this is going to be excellent. I'm going to be made an instant Reverend by a religion in California. All you have to do is, like, say, can I be a Reverend? And they'll send you your papers, man. This is going to be excellent. The Reverend Abbot. What is troubling you, my son?
Me love you long time.
Suffolk. Suffolk is laughing but not speaking.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Right, everybody who's been on tonight has been pretty damn serious, haven't they? Talking about dinosaurs and religion.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something totally different now, yeah.
Thank Allah for you.
Pardon?
Thank Allah for you.
Well, this is it, you know. Right, I'll get straight to the point, yeah. I'm getting somebody back. I was thoroughly embarrassed today, yeah. I'm seeing this guy called Pete Cork.
Don't give his name out.
No.
Jeez, what, are you going to give his phone number out now?
Well, I can do. Probably
No,
grateful.
just please.
Right, anyway, in my lunch hour today, yeah. Well, I saw him last night anyway. And in my lunch hour today, as I usually do, went down to Sainsbury's in Ipswich, a quick jaunt down there. Well, I went down to pay for the bits and pieces that I'd got, yeah.
Yeah, the accoutrements.
Well,
and,
yeah, this is it.
yeah, the extra attachments. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Putting my bag up on the thing where you pay, it fell over, yeah, and the complete contents came out. And do you know what he had put in my bag?
I don't know. Hang on, let's have the, no, what do we need for this? Oh, well, it's a bit late. Oh, no, forget it. I was going to give you a little sound effect, but timing is everything in this business, and I was too damn late.
Well, anyway, I'll tell you, yeah. He had put in my bag, in my purse, yeah, which I opened, a whacking great tube of Anne Summers orgasm cream, which rolled out of my purse and onto the guy who was sitting behind the till. Yeah, now, I was in a queue of people, which I had two guys standing behind me who looked like they were sort of, you know, managing directors. And this guy behind the till said to me, so does it work then? And I've never been so embarrassed. I mean, normally I can cope with these things pretty well, you know, but that was horrendous. Now, I know he's probably listening, and I hope half of all his friends are listening as well.
Well, how about this? Why don't you change his tube of orgasm cream
I'd like to know where he got it from, actually.
For some super glue.
Super glue,
and
yeah.
stand back and just Watch the fun.
Bit of Araldite.
Yeah, let him explain that in Casualty.
Yeah, I know why he did it though. In Casualty, yeah. I tied him up the other night. Do you believe in bondage?
Do I believe in bondage?
Have you ever had it done to you?
No.
No. Well, yeah, I got him back the other night anyway.
Well, you know, I'd like to continue this conversation,
but
I'm a bit tied up at the moment.
We're looking at 10 inches.
Approximately.
Okay, this is what happened last night. Gee, this show's got more repeats than the BBC. Dick? Who? Are you talking to me?
Is that Dick? Did you have music on there?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Well, turn your radio down.
You want me to turn my radio? Listen, there's hundreds of thousands of millions of watts. I can't turn that down. I would need a team of engineers in to turn that down, man.
Team of engineers turn that down. What can we do for you, Dick?
Well, listen, it's the law, so I actually have to tell you that you're on the air on Virgin 1215 right now.
Oh, wonderful.
And we've been on hold listening to your show. In fact, we've been on hold for about 2 weeks waiting to get on your show.
You're joking me.
No, I was on your program. The nice gentleman put me on hold just before I went on holiday 2 weeks ago, and when I came back from holiday, gee, we were still on hold.
Dick, you're winding me up. Listen, have you got a point?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the topic is tonight.
We're in the middle of a major discussion here, okay?
So what's the topic?
Well, we've got several topics on this program, and I'm delighted to tell you that the government's done something sensible and told the public sector workers, like the teachers and the MPs and the soldiers and the nurses, they'll not be getting a pay rise next year except through improved productivity and cost-saving deals.
Do you know that it's Arthritis Care Week this week?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, you know, what is the demographic of your show? Is it about, 70 to 100 years old?
70 to 100 years old, that's me.
You know, from the 9th of October onwards, you'll have a hell of a lot to talk about in your show, because it seems like, when I was, holding to get on, it seems like all anybody wants to talk about is their personal pains.
Yes, pain. We have a lot of pain on this program.
Yeah, and the pain in the neck day is the 17th of October, so you should have a hell of a lot to talk about that day, right?
Oh, there's plenty of pains in the neck. Now, the other thing is...
National Eczema Week, Foot Health Week, World Mental Health Day,
yes,
and Europe Against Cancer Week, all in the same week. Gee, your show's going to be chock-a-block, isn't it?
Now, listen, can I give you some telephone numbers for helpline?
You know what? A phone number I got last night? I got your home phone number from the operator last night.
Wonderful. Now, can I give you some helpline?
Can I just ask you a question?
Eh?
Are you stupid enough to have your number in the book?
Can I ask you a question? Is it not time for your medication?
No, listen, do you have your home...
Is it not time for your medication? Do you realise that this program is virtually reserved for Scousers tonight?
I just want a straight answer to
Are you or are you not
Scottie, I just want a straight answer to a straight question, okay?
On,
are you stupid enough to have your home phone number in the telephone book?
I don't have a home phone number. I am not on the telephone.
They don't pay you enough in Preston Radio to have a phone.
I come into work
on the radio station's bus. Yeah.
So that I can use the phone, and I have to listen to some other people during that.
Now, have you had a drink tonight? Because you sound like you're a bit like, you know?
I don't drink. I can't afford it.
Well, I don't doubt that for a second.
I can't afford the drink.
Who's your boss? Is Jeff Graham the boss of that radio station?
Jeff Graham is the boss, and a fine man he is,
and
too.
That's why you can't afford the drink, right?
A fine man he is, too. Now, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, the whole thing is, tonight, I don't know if you can help us with this discussion here, Dick, right?
Well, it sounds like you need all the help you can get,
I
mate.
do indeed. Now, the problem is that we are trying to get Scousers to change their accent so that they don't get the rough end of the stick all the time.
And that they should have no noticeable trace of an accent like you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have one of those neutral accents. I'm originally from Cornwall.
Cornwall in West Scotland. Yeah, you
receiving us?
You shut me up just for a second there, which is almost like a world record on this show.
Red Rose Gold calling the world over. Are you there?
I think so. You're beginning to slur your words, Scottie. I'm getting a little worried about you, man.
I slur my words because I wasn't sent to the posh speech training place that you went to.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Tell me this.
The thing about me is, like, I'm so posh.
Were you born with a silver spoon in your gob?
No, I was born with a plastic spoon in my mouth, like Pete Townsend.
because I shall tell you here.
I'll tell you this.
I will tell you something.
Yes.
Right, I will tell you something. We're very straight talking up here, and we're very honest. We're not really on the radio, are we? Eh?
Wait, what do you mean?
Are you joking me? You're winding me up.
Man, you're not only national, you are Europe-wide now.
You're giving me the chat, aren't you? You're winding me up. I know you are.
Tune us in to Virgin 1215 right now. There must be, can you afford a radio in your radio station? Tune it in AM 1215.
AM. No, you're too far up. 9.99 AM.
And we
should be tuned in.
And we are also on satellite on Sky Channel 2. Europe-wide.
Wonderful.
You have never had a bigger audience, or a younger audience, I might say.
You don't know about that. Now, my audience goes from age 18 upwards.
Yeah, age 80 upwards, I think is the phrase you're looking for.
We do 18 to 98. We cover that 80 vital years in life.
And the only 18-year-olds you've got are the people taking care of the 1,000-year-old people that call up your show.
Well, we do have 1,000-year-old people who come on, you see, because they live a long time here. And they also remember...
No, I don't think they actually live a long time. It just seems that way.
The 1,000-year-old people remember me from the young days.
I have a poem that's just come in. Would you like to hear it?
I'd love it.
No, I haven't read this through, so there could be... Are we on delay on your show?
We're on thousands of delays.
Okay, cool.
I've already dumped most of your calls.
Oh, Scottie, your antics send me potty. Misery, pain, and suffering all seem to be your thing. But it's okay, and it's all right, because we all listen to Nick at night. Oh, isn't that sweet?
That's lovely. That's lovely. Now, the next time you come up here, right, okay, I'll teach you how to say a few Scottish words.
Yeah, I have a couple of Scottish words for you, but none of which I can broadcast on my show.
Now, where are you from, Dick? Is it Dick or Nick?
It's Vic.
Vic. Where are you from, Vic? I've rubbed you on a few times.
I was from Scotland and Wales and England. Here, there, and everywhere. Everywhere and nowhere, baby.
You're a taffy.
A little bit, yeah.
Now, you speak very trendy. We don't have any of that up here, any of that nonsense.
Speak trendy?
You've got a trendy
What the hell does that mean, Scotty?
You call people man and babe and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, that was trendy in about 1972, yeah.
Great that is. Is that when you did your sort of basic training?
No, there's... Training? Do I sound as though I've been trained to you?
Oh, you're a brilliant man. You're a professional, I'll tell you.
Listen, Scotty, I think that I have taken up way too much of your valuable time.
Listen,
and if you don't get to the next call, then she'll probably just die waiting. The paramedics are on the way at this very moment.
You cannot cut people off on this program. It's not
No,
allowed.
I bet you just let them talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Gee! So we finally got through, can you believe? Oh, joy. Ladies and gentlemen, life is almost worth living again, isn't it?
Vaffanculo, sei un stronzone, ti odio, non ti voglio più vedere.
Right, well, let's see if we can't get Robbie Vincent on the show. Wouldn't that be fabulous? The king of British talk. And you just get straight through, right? There's absolutely nobody whatsoever calling his show. I wonder what the topic is tonight. I think it's arthritis. Arthritis Week coming up, ladies and gentlemen. National Eczema Week coming up as well. This is going to be great. LBC, the soon-to-be extinct London talk station, which speaks to... The FM side speaks to people 70 and over, and the AM side speaks to really old people. So boring you could virtually die listening to it. If you have problems sleeping, then tune it right in. And I think the board operator has gone to sleep himself. How long does the phone have to ring in on that station before they pick it up? What do we need? Some accompanying music? Here's something... Oh.
Hello.
Hello, is this LBC?
Can I help you?
Yeah, is this the Robbie Vincent show?
Well, you're obviously not listening to it because it's not being presented by Robbie Vincent at the moment.
Oh, great. Who's on? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Who's on?
Well, if you're not even bothering to listen to the program that you're phoning, and seeing as how we're listening to yours at the moment to see that you're phoning us, I think that's a bit feeble, really. Good night.
Feeble? Oh, wow. She wasn't a very nice lady, was she? What a bitch. You see, they're very upset in that building because their license is going to run out really quickly, and they're all scrambling around desperate to find a job. Well, you'd be upset too, right? Their new phrase, LBCing you. So somebody has obviously rung them up and alerted them to the fact that we're going to call. And were they up for it? Not in the least. What a bunch of yellow-bellied bastards they are at LBC. And she was listening to this show. Their output was so dull, she was listening to this show. I bet, just from the tone of her voice, I bet she hadn't had sex in her whole life. She was wound up like an alarm clock. God. So maybe we should get a radio and see who's on that program. Could they be even more boring than Robbie Vincent? Is that possible? Okay, well, they obviously didn't like me very much, so screw them.
Me love you long time.
Oh, hello?
Hello.
Now, is this a Terry Christian show?
Yes.
Excellent. What's the topic tonight?
Well, the big market seems to have been the main topic.
The what?
The big market.
What's that?
You know, where all the pubs are in Newcastle.
He's talking about the big market?
Yeah.
Are there many people holding?
2.
Okay, can I get to the front of the queue? Is that possible?
No, the other 2 been on a while. What did you want to talk about?
I have got no idea. See, it's the law, okay? So I have to actually tell you that you're on another radio station right now. This is Virgin 1215, and you're on the air.
Really?
Yeah. So I wanted to... Do you believe me?
I'm not sure.
Well, okay. What would I have to do to convince you? I have a bevy of sound effects here. How about this one? Like that one?
Tell me why you're ringing here.
I've got no idea. Somebody said I should ring him up because I've been terrorizing talk hosts in various parts of the country.
Right.
And so I thought, what the hell? Let's give Mr. Christian a ring, right? How's he doing?
It's fine.
Fine.
What's your name?
Nick.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick Talbot.
Nick Talbot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So is he taking over from somebody else's show, or is this his new job?
No. He's just standing in for someone while they're on holiday.
And who's that?
It's Alan Robson.
Oh, right. The well-known football player.
No.
Oh, that's Brian, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Football supporter. Right.
So isn't this like a bit of a come-down for somebody who's like such a major celebrity? Is this the first, or maybe I should ask him these questions. Can we jump to the front of the queue because you're live in Europe now?
If you give me 2 seconds...
Okay.
I'll find out for you.
Great.
Police could took me,
see...
Isn't it better, though, sometimes maybe to tell a stranger?
I don't love that accent. I just love the way Italian speaks.
I've got a few. I mean, I've tried ringing and I've gotten so far and then I've backed out. Do you know what I mean? Because, I mean, when I
I'm amazed that these people would actually, like, put me on...
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry, can't take your call.
Why not?
No idea.
No, wait a second. You didn't speak to him because I just heard him speaking to somebody else. So how could you possibly have... you just made this up yourself, right?
No.
He said that he didn't want to speak to me.
I've spoken to the producer.
The producer? Can I speak to the producer?
No, you can't, not at the moment.
Now, is it a man or a woman?
Man.
And how old is he?
No idea.
Like 20 or 70?
No, well, he's not 70.
He's, what, 30?
Possibly.
And he made an executive decision to say he didn't want to speak to me? Does he even know who I am?
Yes.
You told him I was Nick Talbot?
I told him it was Virgin Radio.
Yeah. And why doesn't he want to speak to me?
I've no idea, but I'm just passing on a message that...
No, I understand that. I'm not getting upset with you. I just don't understand why he doesn't even know why I'm calling, but he just sort of he just like dismissed me out of hand. Don't you understand that there's like hundreds of thousands of people listening to this show now who are like just desperately upset because I've been flagging this for ages, and suddenly we're just getting like the brush off. Not from Mr. Christian himself, from some flunky who doesn't even have anything to do with Terry Crews. He's just like sitting there and he's like making executive decisions on his behalf.
Can you hang on a sec?
Who the hell does he think he is?
Just a sec.
Okay.
When we social worker.
I don't even have time to do this now because we've got a half-hour music marathon coming up and everything.
The police and social services can't touch him in Blackpool for what he done.
Oh, here's a woman with a problem.
Stopped him from getting married to a person who had children, but they would never take him to court for what he done to me.
Well, maybe in some ways they might think that would be more traumatic for you than for him, perhaps. Will you have a word with our receptionist and let her give you these addresses? And do me a favour, please ring one of them.
Yeah, do me a favour, Terry.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
You see, hear how sincere he was? Oh, see, I can't play their adverts. That would be terribly wrong. I'm sure that would be desperately illegal. Now, see, I have to listen to them in my headphones and talk to you at the same time, which is almost beyond... not almost. It is completely beyond me. I'm sorry if there was a big silence there, but yeah, I'm listening to what they're doing. God, they have the worst adverts there. What a tune-out. Jeez. Oh, they're into another advert. Well, can I just play... Can I do that for you? I'll be back in a sec. Hang on. Yeah.
Another word with the producer.
Yes.
Right? At this station, producers make decisions.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Wow. Is he up himself or what?
Okay.
Now, what kind of a guy is he? Is he a complete pain in the neck? Because he sounds that way to me.
Not really. But I'm sorry. I'd like to talk to you, but I have to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I like you, but I hate him.
Okay, I'll
Thanks
tell him.
a lot.
Bye.
Bye. Is Glasgow.
Hello. Well, firstly, I called it something else, namely my Italian liver. But firstly, I just want to say that I'm with you on that whole alcohol thing. Your last punter, was he with it on the whole Glasgow club scene? I don't think so. Kids, I think you mentioned kids. Does he know about the Glasgow club scene?
Well, am I right? Are they still throwing them out at 2?
Yeah, 2.
Unbelievable.
Pardon me.
And there's some good clubs in Glasgow. That's a good clubbing town.
There's a rather, it's a good club circuit here,
And it's just I haven't been there in a long time, but have they killed the clubs dead? What's the point of going to a club if it closes at 2?
It's a disaster.
That's unbelievable.
You're not warmed up by 2 o'clock. I'm cold.
Exactly, yeah, you're warm. Well, that's right, you're ready to go at 2.
Exactly. Yes, I'm getting into the swing.
Yep, the main DJ comes on at 2. If you go see Danny Rampling, he'll be on at 2, unless he's on at 7.
Yep.
I don't know. I couldn't go to a club if I knew that the DJ that I wanted to hear started at 7 in the morning. I think that I would have to,
take a sleeping bag in a flash.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah. But
anyway, yeah.
But as to the whole alcohol thing, I lived in Italy, and civilization is there. They can buy alcohol at any time of day or night, and do they drink? No. They have a good time. The youngsters do not really drink.
You know who drinks? It's the Brits who go abroad and see it, and they're like children are let into the sweet shop overnight. They just go nuts.
Yep. Exactly.
It's the same it's the same in Amsterdam. They go into those little coffee shops and they're rolling them up and they're reeling and they're rolling and reeling. That's exactly what they're doing. They're rolling and reeling. They're rocking and rolling.
Yep.
And that's why we get such a bad name abroad. Is because we're so tightly controlled at home.
Exactly.
And we go and see, we get a little bit of freedom abroad and we just go insane. It's like, wow, this is what life can be like.
Exactly.
And that's why holidays are so great, is because we get a little bit of freedom. The leash is loosened just a little bit, and we go insane, and then we come back, and we're back in this constipated, rule-driven, mothering society.
Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
In Italy, you've got your old codgers standing at the bar who, they drink the grappas, they drink their brandy with the coffee in the morning. You've got your youngsters. You go out to a club in Italy at night, they're drinking tea. they're drinking juice and they're having a great time. They're totally balanced with this whole alcohol thing. They don't need to explode, you know, because they have the choice.
That's right. They're treated like adults. Wouldn't it be so nice if we were treated that way here?
And wouldn't it be so nice if the country was full of Italian men?
Okay,
well,
now tell us about this. Tell us about this Italian man that he dumped you.
Well, yeah. I mean, he is beauty incarnate. I mean, he is absolutely.
Now, have you met him? Do you know him, or do you just sort of fancy him from a distance?
No. I've
You've done it.
There. Yep.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but.
And was he a hell of a lot better than any of the Scottish men that you've done it with?
Definitely.
Really?
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Deaf and root and tootin'ly?
Oh, all that stuff. Yep. No.
So now, let me ask you this: in what way?
In what way? Well,
don't be too graphic.
He speaks Italian. I mean, that's what
that
he's
really doesn't do that. You've seen A Fish Called Wanda, have you?
No, I haven't actually. Did they speak Italian in that film?
No, it's just that Jamie Lee Curtis used to drive her up the wall when Kevin Kline used to speak foreign to her.
Yep. Well, exactly. Can I talk some Italian to you now? Can I just say one thing in Italian?
Absolutely.
Sto morendo dal desiderio. Does that sound good?
That sounded very good. In fact, I might cart it up and use it frequently.
Well, you've got it.
What does it mean?
That means I am dying of desire.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you say it like, take your mouth away from the phone because you're popping a bit on the S's.
Okay.
Can you say it like really lustily and like loud so I can cart it up and I'll use it?
Okay, here we go. Sto morendo dal desiderio. Is that okay?
Well, a bit louder, I think.
A bit louder. Sto morendo dal desiderio.
I don't know. I think we need something a bit long. Do you know anything longer in Italian?
Well, yeah. I mean, I know quite long things in Italian also.
Do you really?
Yeah.
And what are their names? No, never mind.
Well, I could give you a list. I'll give you numbers also. But
give us something that I can use.
Give me something to translate. I could even say, do you want a cup of tea? It probably sounds sexy in Italian. That's the whole thing about Italian.
Clint, come up with something while I'm chatting. Can you come up with like a phrase that we need frequently? Clint? No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Clint. Can you, within the next 20 or 30 seconds, can you come up with something really great and fabulous and exciting?
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, he's a bit doubtful. He doesn't really care, I think.
He's not going for that.
Okay, so tell us about this Italian man. Where'd you meet him?
Well, just basically around the town. I mean...
He was hanging around, was he?
Yes, he's over here for a year.
Right, and so you, locked eyes, and it was great.
He's a pretty idea. He looks a bit like Brad off Neighbours, except better. He's got a whole body hanging from his cheekbones. I mean, he's there, you know. He has his thick blonde hair, tanned all over. I don't know how he does it, but, you know. And basically...
So did you do it in the first night?
No.
Did you do it within the first second? Did you just, rip your clothes off and fling yourself on him?
Yeah, but he's too cool for that kind of stuff, you know.
And he said, what did he say?
Well, I had to reject him a bit first, you know, to get the whole come on.
No, you didn't. You were gagging for it.
Well, yes, but, you know, it's the woman's throat, so she's gagging for it, but she's going to say, hold on a minute, you know, I'm cool.
Yeah, but you said that he was the cool one. You were the one that was, drooling all over the floor, and he was turning away from you. And
I was drooling, but I was trying to appear cool at the same time. If you can imagine that, it's really quite difficult to achieve.
Yeah, wearing a bib, it's not really conducive to being cool, no. No,
not terribly. So, anyway... But the thing is, I mean, he's an amazing looker. I mean, people devour him with their eyes in pubs.
Right, now how old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22, and how old is he? Don't tell me he's like 55.
25.
25, okay.
But he is so selfish.
Selfish?
Selfish is the word. That's the thing with the Italian package.
Now, selfish sexually or socially?
Yeah, well, socially he doesn't give. He's a taker rather than a giver. You know, he does not communicate that well. He just, you know, stands there and looks beautiful.
So he's what is he, like a lieback?
He's a definite lieback, yeah.
But you were there ready and willing, am I right?
I was.
Absolutely,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that can only go so far, right? So you did it, 500, 600 times, and then you got bored?
About that, yeah. And now I'm suffering from rejection from this guy who really is a creep. I mean...
Oh, no, wait a minute. Suddenly, before he was the best-looking guy you've ever seen in your whole life, and now he's a creep?
Well, he still is the best-looking guy I've ever seen in my whole life, but he's also a creep. Deeply,
right. So his personality is slightly defective.
Yes, definitely.
Now, why do you think his personality... Why do you think he has a defective personality?
Well, I would go with the whole Italian macho upbringing.
Really?
Mama culture. But I'm not sure. I mean, this guy, one night, can I give you a sort of saucy anecdote here?
Well, why not?
One night, we're in bed. He turns over, he says, "Do you like massage?" Of course, it's in Italian. So I breathe, yes.
Say, do you like massage in Italian?
Ti piace il massage?
No, you're going to have to, like... no, just speak it like it's going to be on the radio, you know, like to project to the back.
Project.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay.
Ti piace il massage?
Okay, good, right.
Right, that's how it goes. So I'm like, yeah, sure, you know, I'm on for that. So do you know what he said?
He said, right, get going then.
Yeah. He did. You don't believe it. He said, his actual words were, cover yourself up and get on with it.
Really?
He actually said that.
He hates you.
He's such a... I'm sorry, I can't say that on the radio, but I mean...
The man's a pig.
He's a crap.
Yeah, a good-looking pig, but a pig all the same, yeah.
Well, you know, why do I go for good-looking men?
I don't know. What, do you have, like, a bad self-image or what?
Must do. I mean, I'm lovely, but, I mean, you know, these men, I mean, what am I going to do about it? How can I resist beautifulness in men? I mean...
Beautifulness?
Beautifulness, yes.
Beautifulnessosity?
That's my word du jour.
Yeah, right.
Because you have to coin, you should see this man, you have to coin other expressions. You can't use words like beauty, these commonplace, everyday words.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
For somebody who's as uncommonplace.
Yes.
As now, yeah.
Full of beautifulness.
Right, except that he was a pig.
Yeah. What am I going to do about this?
I don't know. Go with the ugly men, they'll try harder.
Ugly men. But
just couldn't do that, right?
It doesn't stir the heart.
No, it doesn't really do it for you.
Well, I mean, ugly women, I mean, where are you? You know?
Well, they're doing it with the ugly men.
Oh, well, they should stay that way, you know? It's beauty we want.
Can you do me a favour before we have to go?
Uh-huh.
Can you take your mouth just a little bit away from the phone because you're kind of, like, popping a lot.
Oh, thank you.
And can you yeah, you see, it's like you're breathing in and we're getting a lot of air, you see, so we won't be able to use it. So can you take your mouth just a little bit away from the phone?
Is that better?
That's a little bit better, but that's a bit better. And can you translate into Italian, you're a pain in the ass, just drop dead and leave me alone.
Okay.
But project it loudly.
You want me to go now?
Absolutely.
Ti odio, sei un stronzone proprio.
That's short amount? Is that a whole sentence?
Yeah.
Can you beef it up a bit? Can you expand on it just a little bit? I need more.
Right, you want more? You want me to project?
Yeah, like you were screaming just a month or so ago. I want more.
Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. Vaffanculo, sei un stronzone, ti odio, non ti voglio più vedere.
That was fabulous. That was just exactly what I wanted.
Me love you long time.
You know, I worked in a pie factory up there in Edinburgh. One of the things that turned me vegetarian. You wouldn't believe what goes in a pie. Here's a tip, okay? Only eat meat that you can actually see what it is. If it's been cut up and churned around, you haven't got the faintest idea what's in there. You know they put cows after they slice the bits that cost a lot off. They put them in this in this thing that whizzes them around like a centrifuge and sucks the bits off that they can't actually sell as steak. Okay, so just enjoy those sausages and those pies and all of those other unidentifiable bits of foreign matter that's in there. And so, and they come out of a hopper. The meat comes in a tray, and you virtually have to hold your nose as you pour this. It just kind of slops into this hopper in this kind of gooey, disgusting mess, and it gets squeezed out the bottom into pies, right?
Well, anyway,
and somebody was pushing.
No,
oh, you don't want to hear this story?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I want to talk about something else.
Can I just tell this story?
Okay, go on.
And so to get the last remaining bits out of the bottom of this hopper, people were like scraping it around the sides and just pushing it down at the bottom. And Somebody put their finger down where it, like a certain amount of meat goes into a tube and then it shuts off and gets squished down. Well, it shut off in their finger, and it cut their finger off and put it in a pie. And this bloke just casually walks out and goes to hospital and doesn't tell anybody. Meanwhile, thousands of pies are rolling off this thing, okay? And suddenly the call comes back about 2 hours later. Oh, by the way, there's a finger in one of the pies. I hope you don't mind, but you can go look for it now. And so we're there, like, sort of just sort of squishing around in just thousands of pies. Can you imagine it, looking for somebody's finger in these pies? Looking for the finger. And we just chucked them out.
Disgusting.
Nicky Boy's on every night, and everything he says is right. When he plays my favourite song, I know he can do no wrong. So Nicky Boy, listen to us, don't ever leave us alone. Because if you ever leave us, we'll have nobody to phone.